Hey, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I am Anita, and I've got a currently inked video for you today. And I'm going to be really transparent right up front. I have a situation underneath this paper. This is what my desk is supposed to look like, maybe with a few ink splotches, if you can see that there. And there is just a big old casualty of Birmingham Pen Co. Copperhead ink happening under there. I spilled like half the bottle. It's just one of those days. It is my turn to have one of those days. And you know what? If the worst thing that happens is I spilled ink on top of the desk, that's not terrible. It's not really a bad day at all, is it? Anyway, let's get into this currently inked. It is less pens than I usually ink up because I have quite a few TWSBIs off to the side left over from February, and even some that go back to January or December because they take a lot of ink and I'm a little behind on my journaling. So let's get into it. 7 pens this month, and I'm out of my comfort zone. I think I'm going to come back with an update because fountain pens for me are like therapy. I like writing and journaling and all of that anyway. And I love fountain pens because you can have different experiences with different pens, different nibs, different ink combinations. And if something's not sparking joy and I'm feeling stressed, that's not helping me. So I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone, which is, a form of stress. But if my combinations aren't really doing it and I don't want the stress, I am not beyond emptying out a pen. But if I like it, I'm just not getting through it quickly, I will keep it going. Now, after all of that, let's just go. Okay. First up is my Leonardo Momento Zero in the Aloha colorway. And it is currently inked, play on words, with Pilot Iroshizuku Asagao. But when this runs out, the current plan is to clean the pen and ink it up with Kingfisher by Birmingham Pen Co. I will swatch that one near the end, but that's the plan for now. I've got maybe 2/3 of a converter of ink in here. I have some catching up to do, which is why I didn't want to empty the pen. I'm catching up on my journaling from February. So I figured I will just start off the month with this, and then when the ink runs out, I will clean the pen and put in the ink that I had intended for March. And I can't believe we're at March. That's so fast. It's like, where is the year going so fast? I love this combination, but I really want to try something else. And this is Leonardo. I'm having a day. I'm just gonna say it again. Nothing terrible, just a little off, and I'm not in love with it. Let me move this a little bit. Leonardo Momento Zero, and this pen has a medium nib, and it's the Aloha colorway. And we've gotten here Pilot. I'm not going to write out Iroshizuku because I just don't feel like it. Asagao. I love this combination. And honestly, part of me wants to leave it in there, but the other part is like, try something different. If you don't like it, if it's horrible, you can always clean it out. So we're going to try something new. I'm going to do my journaling and clean out the pen. So I'll be back with an update on that. We'll see how how all of this is going. This is another pen left over from February. I picked it up, I forget when in February. I'd have to look back. But Esterbrook re-released the Lilac colorway, and I am so here for it. I love this pen. I love it so much. This sparks so much joy. It is currently inked as it was in February. Yes, I got it at the very end of January with 3 Oysters purple gray. I still have a converter full of ink because, as I said, I'm behind on my journaling and I haven't gotten to, I'm just catching up with January. I'm just starting with February. So I'm still here with a converter full of ink, which is good. I love this ink in this pen. It's very wet, and it's a little too wet, I think, for this paper. This is a Stalogy notebook, and normally everything's fine, but this pen has a broad nib and it's very juicy and wet, and I love all that, but it's a little bit, well, the same thing with the Asagao. It's a little bit too wet for the Stalogy paper, but I don't care. I just do my currently inked in here because it's what I had handy, and I'm just gonna keep going with it, at least until I find another notebook. I'm like, ooh, I like that, and then I'll buy that and keep it going, keeping it real. Okay, this is the, oh wow, my handwriting is all over the place. I apologize. Esterbrook, Estie. It's got a broad, juicy nib, which I love. The colorway is Lilac, and it's inked with 3 Oysters, purple, gray. I'm telling you, it's just one of those days. My head is not in a good spot. I don't know why. I'm not gonna figure it out either. I'm just gonna, I don't know, I'm just gonna chill and go with it. But pens, honestly, just the whole act of using these, it just helps me feel better. And I think I would have been better now talking about pens, even, you know, even though we're not interacting, I'm just talking to the camera. Just talking about it makes me feel better. But then I spilled that ink, and I'll show y'all the big old mess. I've got to get another backdrop for the desk, because the desk is just boring white, and I'm like, oh, it's just too boring for me. And then I spill ink all over it, like that was the whole goal, to have a big old spot right in the middle. Like, dang, you really did that? Okay, this TWSBI, also back. I picked this up in January. It is the Diamond 580 ALR in black, and I love this pen. I don't know, it's like a grown-up TWSBI. I mean, I know they have I guess I forget what it's called, Kai or Koi, probably Kai. There's a TWSBI Kai. It costs about I think around $130 ish, and that's like more adult-ish. But you know, for a clear plastic pen, I love the look of this. It's just so neutral, and I love color, but I love this pen. It's got a broad nib, and it is still inked, and I love the combination with Sailor Ink Studio number 683, and I love it. I didn't know how I was going to feel about the ink when I got it. I'm like, Anita, just try something new. I love this combination. I really do. It makes me very happy. All right, TWSBI Diamond 580 ALR. It's got a broad nib because I love my broad nibs, and it's the black finish, and it's inked with Sailor Ink Studio number 683. Lovely combination. It's my first bottle of Sailor ink, and I just love this. It's so well behaved. It's just so lubricated. Oh my gosh, like, what took me so long to get a bottle of a Sailor ink? I don't know. The first Sailor ink I sampled, and I don't usually remember this kind of stuff, but I remember this one, was, I think it was Manyo Haha. I got it from Goulet Pens, and I think it was like, you know, surprise me kind of thing. And with the pens I had and that light ink, it just wasn't good. And I think it kind of had me shying away, even though I knew there were so many. I just really didn't try to sample any Sailor inks until recently, and I just went all in for a whole bottle, and I love it. Okay, this pen is back. I picked it up during the month of February, and I'll show you the pen in just a second. It is a Jinhao 9016 Dadao with a fude nib. The tip is bent, and it's different. I'm kind of enjoying it. I can't lie. I haven't written with it as much as I had hoped to by now, but I'm enjoying it when I pick it up. All right, Jinhao 9016. If you've heard of the 9019, it's a slightly smaller version. Let me just show you now. It's a slightly smaller version. It looks exactly the same as like the, I guess, the Big Brother pen. And this one has a fude nib. I wanted to do something different. The Chinese nibs are on the smaller side, in my opinion, kind of like getting a Japanese pen. And I like broader nibs. So I said, you know, let me just try something different and see how I like it. And so far, I like it. This is a fude nib. I think depending on the angle at which you write, you'll have a more broad line or a thinner line. And the color, I'm calling it just amber. And it's inked with Diamine, Ancient Copper, I love this too. This is a really nice combination. I just like a wet writer, not a fire hose. And like I hear people talking about fire hoses. I guess it's just depends on what you like. I don't want the ink so wet that I feel like it's, you know, it's pooling on the page and it's pouring all over the place. I just don't want it dry. I don't like it dry. I don't want to feel like I'm writing with a pencil at all. I want a nice, smooth, wet nib. I want a nice, smooth experience. So this fude nib is totally doing it for me. Next, I have brought back a pen from early in my rabbit hole of a fountain pen journey. I've been using fountain pens since I was taking them from my older sister, and I was a kid, and I'm old. Anyway, I fell down the rabbit hole about a year ago now, and I'm going to do a collection video because it's been interesting. Anywho, this one is from early on. I got this about probably close to a year ago. It's a Jinhao Centennial 100, and it's got a medium nib, and it's in green. The chatoyance in there is pretty. And it is currently inked with Birmingham Pen Co. Copperhead. That's what's underneath this white paper. Oh, it's a hot mess, y'all. I don't know how this is gonna go. This is my first time putting the Birmingham Pen Co. inks in a pen. And honestly, I really don't know how I'm gonna feel about it. This feels good enough. I probably should have put it in a different pen. It's my first impression right now. A wetter writer. But we'll see how this goes. If I don't like it, if it's really just like, oh, I can't do it, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna take it out. But for now, we're gonna let it ride. And this is a Jinhao Centennial 100. Isn't that redundant? It's got a medium nib, and it's currently inked with Birmingham Pen Co. Copperhead. It's a little light for me, but it's easy to read. I like my colors a bit more saturated. but it's not like I can't read it, like some inks I've tried, and those just frustrate me and I don't do it. But we'll see. We'll just see how it is in this pen. It's not bad. It's not bad. Maybe it will make it through the month. We'll see. Now, here's a pen I bought early on. And then I was really like on a binge of buying pens, I'm not gonna lie. And I wasn't spending a lot of money because why would I? I didn't know what I liked yet. And it's not like I could walk into a store and just try out different pens. So I was just trying different things. Like, oh, Platinum Plasir, let's see what that is. So I got this almost a year ago, and this is the first time I'm using it. It is currently inked with a black cartridge. How basic, y'all, right? It's got a fine nib, which is not my go-to, not gonna lie. And it's Japanese pen, so it's a fine nib. But it's got their black ink, and I find that the black ink cartridges that have come with my pens, like with the Kaweco, the Pilot, and this one, they tend to perform very well. So I'm hoping that it'll be a good experience using this fine nib, which isn't my favorite. And maybe I'll try cleaning out the cartridge and using something different next go around. We'll just see how it goes. So this is a Platinum Plasir. My handwriting with thin nibs, with fine nibs, is just like, what a mess. Probably because I write big. Okay, this has got a fine nib, and it's blue. I don't know what colors this comes in. I got it so long ago, and honestly, I haven't looked back at any Platinums like this since then. All right, and it's currently inked with a Platinum black cartridge. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. So far, so good. I had a Platinum Preppy that I tried because I'd heard such good things about it, but it kept hard starting and it just was not it. So I don't know, I got frustrated. I gave up on it, and it's sitting to the side to be cleaned. I haven't cleaned it yet. I'll clean it out and probably try, maybe I'll try the Sailor 683 in there. That could work better. I'm pretty sure that Platinum has a medium nib. So maybe I'll try that. That could work better. That's what I like about this hobby. If one thing doesn't work, you can try something different. All right, finally, back for another round is another pen that I picked up in, I forget, January, February. Pen and ink combo. This is my Pelikan M205 in the color Apatite. It was the 2022 Pen of the Year, and it is currently inked with Pelikan Edelstein Apatite. So this is, whoops, what a mess. It's just one of those days. It happens. Pelikan M205. This has got a medium nib, and it's in the color Apatite, and it's inked with Pelikan Edelstein Apatite. I love this color. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting month. I am totally just kind of whatever about a fine nibbed pen. I'm not going to lie. I could find things to do with it that are more artistic or creative, much less so with writing. But with the right ink, I could like it more. So we'll see how this one goes. The Copperhead, it's not my go-to color, but I was getting out of my little comfort zone of teals, turquoises, pretty blues, and purples when I ordered it. And this is definitely out of my comfort zone for color, but it doesn't feel bad in this pen. So we'll see how that goes. The Fude nib is just interesting. I like it because it's got some variation, and I am all about line variation, so that's cool. These two are definite. I love them. No problem here. The Pelikan, same thing. It feels really good. It's nice and smooth. Even though it's got a medium nib, it is very good flowing ink. Well lubricated, I would say. It's a standard ink. And it feels good in the pen. So this I expect to be good. And it'll be interesting when I change the ink in the Leonardo, which I love the pen. But I've only had Asagao in it, the Pilot Iroshizuku ink. I don't know what it's going to be like when I put in Kingfisher. So let's swatch that real quick. That's going to be interesting. Where's my little swirly thing? Where did I put it? Oh, I don't know. Man, okay. You know what then? We'll use cotton swab. I'm trying to be not so wasteful because I use cotton swabs for a lot of things. But, I don't know. It's just one of those days. It happens. All right, this is my plan to use this. But honestly, do I have another blue? I think I have another blue. Let me put the top on so I don't spill this too. Yeah, what a day. I also have, and I was determined to use these Birmingham Pen Co inks that I got so long ago and haven't even, I just swatched them like months after I got them, and then I meant to use them and forgot about it. So it's time to use them. Then there's this color. Honestly, they look so similar, right? This one feels drier. I don't know. I've soaked them both, but what's this color? This one is Heron. This one's more green. This is more blue. Let me put the names down. We'll just use this neutral pen. So, oh, we put the top on. No more ink spillage today. I've spilled my quota of ink for the year. All right, this one is Birmingham Pen Co. Heron. Is that a bird? All right, and this one is Birmingham Pen Co. Kingfisher. So, one of these will go into the Leonardo. I don't know which, but it will be one of these. First, I was thinking this, just trying to be matchy-matchy, but honestly, I'm more drawn to this. And please excuse the the ink all over my fingers. Yeah. Let me show y'all this hot mess I made real quick. Get that out of the way. Move that. This is so sad. I got my candle going to try to calm me down. That's helped. Move the ink. Look at that. Half a bottle right there. It got into my 2023 journal a little bit. And let me show y'all that too while we're talking about it. I got swatches of all this month's inks there. So this is what we're working with. What a way to start the month. I mean, look at this. Tragic, I'm telling you, tragic. So, yeah, there's the Copperhead. It's very pretty. It has some shading over there where it pulled a little bit. But I don't know if I'll get to see any of that with that medium nib in the Jinhao. But it looks pretty. I think I wouldn't mind trying that in a broad nib pen. I think I've got a broad nibbed TWSBI that I could try that in at some point. And of course, I love this. This is so pretty. And the Apatite is really pretty. So I've got some things that I know will have me feeling good for my pen therapy when I'm doing my journaling and stuff. And some other things that will be a little bit more, there'll be more thoughtfulness as I use them to see how I feel about them, what I like, what I don't like. But I gotta have some home runs so I can get through the days. Anyway, that is it for today's video, and I hope y'all didn't mind my rambling too much. What a day. I mean, for real, y'all. Just what a day. I hope you enjoyed it and you'll come back for more, and I hope you have a good one too. Let me know what you're inking up, if you've tried any of these pens or inks and how you feel about them, what you put in them. I just like talking about this stuff. It's totally, I don't know, it's just a vibe, and I'm totally here for it. Anyway, thanks again and have an amazing day. Bye.